So yo, it's your boy eBay fight prediction in the building. I will be breaking down Belal Muhammad versus Demian Maia. I love this fight. It's a good fight for Belal. After coming off that really sad situation with him and Leon Edwards. I know you guys think I hate Belal for some odd. I don't hate the guy. I just didn't like some of the things that was coming out of his mouth. You know, but it is what it is. I think he's a decent fighter, and he deserves a moment. He has a good record. He's fought in good competition. So yeah, man, this is a good fight. Demian Maia, obviously, I think this is his retirement fight. And obviously, I wanted to see the Diego Sanchez fight with Demian Maia, kind of like a good send off for Demian, obviously, and a decent fight for for Diego. At least he won't get knocked out. But obviously, Diego's released and he's not in the UFC no more. So that's not a fight we're gonna see. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a good matchup. You got Belal, who is a grappler striker, kinda. He's a balanced fighter, and you got Demian Maia, who's more of a grappler. So we've seen Maia have problems with these opponents. So I like this matchup. We'll see if Belal is the truth, and if we will remember his name, or if Maia will get another sub like he usually does. But let's look at the stats, man. In terms of the rankings, these guys are ranked in the welterweight division. Belal is ranked number 12 and Maia is number 9. So this is a good opportunity for Belal to jump up at the rankings. Maia comes with a record of 28-10. Is fighting out of Brazil, age 43. So that is a big thing. Height of 6'1", a reach of 72. So Belal is 18-3. Is fighting out of Chicago, age 32. A height of 5'11" and a reach of 71. In terms of notable wins for a guy like Belal Muhammad, I mean, he competed against Leon Edwards. That's not a win. He was on his way to getting knocked the fuck out, by the way. He beat Diego Lima, Lyman Good, Takashi Sato, Curtis Millender. That doesn't doesn't really mean much. Got wins over Tim Means, Jordan Mean, Randy Brown. That's I give him that. That's a good win. He's lost to Alan Jouban. He's lost to Vicente Luque, and he's lost to Jeff Neal. So it's hard to describe Belal. He's basically kind of like the gatekeeper into the top 15. He played that gatekeeper position for Jeff Neal and lost that fight. I feel like to this day, that's probably Jeff Neal's, either the Nico Price or this one is probably, or against Belal, is probably one of his better wins. Belal is really good at stopping guys from getting into that, top 15 of the rankings. And I give him his credit, but I mean, Diego Lima fight was probably one of his better performances. The Takashi Sato fight was a really good performance. Curtis Millender was all right. He did good in the Jeff Neal fight. He didn't go out like a bitch, but I always thought Jeff Neal was a little overrated. I didn't think he was the dark horse or whatever people were calling him of the division. But with this fight, I think with a guy like Maia, in terms of styles, it's kind of hard to find for really for Belal. Like, a lot of these guys don't. Most of these guys are either strikers or a lot of these guys are strikers, but or have decent grappling games. But with Lyman Good and Leon Edwards, if we talk about those performances, I mean, he got dropped in the third round. He did good in the striking, but it was more or less like Lyman Good was having a mental. He was having something. I felt like something mentally was going on with Lyman. He was kind of starting slow, and he was able to pick it up in the third and dropped him. And he got a 28-29 decision against Belal, but it wasn't like Belal was way better than Lyman Good. And against Leon Edwards, obviously I knew, and you guys got so mad at me when I said that Belal is a tune-up fight for Leon, and you can say whatever you want, but like what I saw there was a difference in the striking. The grappling was Belal's only thing. I will give one thing to Belal. He is a good grappler. That's what makes this fight with Demian Maia really interesting. But with Leon Edwards, man, he did all that talking about how he's going to be this underdog and this and that, and he gets rocked in the first round, is getting lit up in the feet, and got saved by an eye poke because he was literally going out there to get finished. Y'all, like, he was going to get finished. And people got mad at me for saying that, but it's just the truth. He was going to get finished. And he's lucky the eye poke came in there because he didn't take a L that day. He should have, but he didn't. And he kept running his mouth, god damn it. And I've never seen a guy with this fan base, like Belal, like that are just like confused that this guy is a run of the mill lower. Like what separates Belal, and I might get some, people are gonna get really mad at me for saying this, but what honestly, let's be honest right here. What separates Belal and Alexei Oleinik, right? You know what I'm saying? What separates those guys? Honestly, like what separates Belal and Paul Craig? Like, come on now. What is wrong with you people? What separates Belal and Diego Ferreira? You know, at least Diego Ferreira went on a win streak. I give him. Now, also Belal went on a win streak, but like, or Brad Tavares and Belal, like, but these guys don't get this fucking adoration that Belal get. Like you guys were insane. And you guys were coming at me saying, "Oh, Belal's gonna shock the world. He's gonna beat Leon Edwards." Like he, man, it is what it is. But if we look at like a real legend, you know, in Demian Maia, a guy that deserves real adoration, real respect, man, look what he's accomplished in his notable wins. And he's fought for titles, been in the top 5, has been the #1 contender in 2 different weight classes. Something Belal can't even probably spell, you know. But it it is what it is. But I mean, but you know, Demian Maia's coming off a loss to Gilbert Burns, has a win over Ben Askren, has a win over Anthony Rocco Martin, who's a really good fighter. And it kind of resembles more of Belal's kind of style. Beat Lyman Good in the first round compared to Belal almost getting finished in the third round. Has only lost to, besides, title challengers in Gilbert Burns and Colby Covington, and then lost to champions in Usman and Woodley. Beat Jorge Masvidal by split decision. I know some people are a little, kind of mad about that. But that to me was a close fight. It was a close fight, and I could see where some people come for the street bum, right? I know why y'all feel some type of way for him, but I think Maia. Actually, when I first watched it, I thought Jorge won it, but when I'm a little biased towards Jorge. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but it is what it is. Then fucking submits Carlos Condit, submits Matt Brown, dude defeats Gunnar Nelson, beats Neil Magny. Like, look at the guys he's beaten. Obviously, he's lost to Roy McDonald, Jake Shields. Those are really good fighters. John Fitch, Rick Story, like good fighters there. Lost to Chris Weidman. And he fought for the belt against Anderson Silva. Has a win over my boy Chael Sonnen. The guy has lost to good fighters, in my humble opinion. That's all I've seen, from Demian Maia. There's a certain level of fighters that don't beat Demian Maia, and I don't mean this with no disrespect to Belal, but I just honestly feel like Belal isn't the kind of guy to beat Demian in his prime. But here's where things get interesting. Damian's 43, and Belal is 32. He's in his prime. So this is where Belal, I think the chances for Belal gets higher, because if we look at the Tapology thing, the Tapology, how the community is feeling about this, and who are people predict, 70% is going with Belal Muhammad. I feel like a lot of this has to do with the age, the fact that Maia got knocked out in his last fight. That has to do something with it, and a lot of people are kind of thinking like, he's probably at the end of his road and this and that. But if you look at, I know people, they talk about, all he did was beat Ben Askren, but he beat 2 hungry contenders in Lyman Good and Anthony Rocco Martin. In my humble opinion, I thought Anthony Rocco Martin beat Neil Magny in his last fight before he got released, right? So, the guy's not a bad fighter, right? I think Maia, there's just a level of competition he can't beat now, but I think there's still guys in this company that he can give problems to, right? And I think Belal, in my humble opinion, falls in that category. But if we look at a way for Belal to really win this fight, honestly, I think it comes down to Belal has to take a page from Colby Covington and Kumar Usman's book. Basically, has to do what he did in the Diego Lima fight. Usually, Belal, he's a weird fighter. Like, I know a lot of people, they look at the Diego Lima fight and they get real, almost like, what's the word? For the interruption, this computer be tripping. I know y'all probably used to it by now. But like I was saying, recency bias, right? People kind of look at Belal as a pressure fighter. Not really. Like, he does certain things for certain opponents. For instance, he didn't pressure Lyman Good because he knew Lyman Good had a lot of power. So he was more on his back foot. He's more on his bicycle. He's using a lot more footwork. and fighting at distance, right? So for Maia, I feel like he has to, and he's more of a game plan fighter. That's basically my whole point in bringing that Lyman Good situation up, or like the way he fought Lyman Good and the way he fought Diego Lima, right? He's a pressure, he's a game plan fighter, not a pressure fighter. He's a game plan fighter. If he has to pressure you, he'll pressure you. If he has to fight at distance, he'll fight at distance. Whatever to win the fight. Honestly, I feel like for Belal, he needs to take pages off of Colby Covington and Kumar Usman's book and how they fought Maia. You basically sprawl and box. I don't even call it sprawl and brawl. You got to sprawl and box. You got to box him up. You can't afford to throw kicks because he can catch the kicks and then maybe turn it into takedowns. Or he could pull guard. Like, he's really good at, grabbing for a single and pulling guard or pulling for half guard. And that's how he gets guys and then sweeps them and gets their back, right? So he can't afford to do that. He has to have really good takedown defense, put a lot of pressure on him, and try to get that done. And that's one way I can see Belal winning. Now, how I can see Maia winning. I don't know if Belal or Maia, I don't know really. It's hard to say who has the better wrestling, right? I've seen Maia, I've seen him dominate really good guys, I thought, with decent wrestling, Anthony Rocco Martin, and even Lyman Good. Lyman Good has decent takedown defense, right? I know he didn't show it against Ben Askren when they fought in Bellator, but he over the years he's shown some decent takedown defense. Even against Gunnar Nelson and Neil Magny. I know Magny, I know some of y'all don't like Magny because he lost to the GOAT, Michael Chiesa, and I don't know why y'all won't give my boy Chiesa his credit, but it is what it is. He's been able to dominate some really good wrestlers. He's been able to have his way. Now when he's fought some really, really elite MMA wrestlers in Colby and Usman, I mean, they've had his way with him. And even Woodley had his, showed a lot of good takedown. Now, it wasn't a great performance by Woodley, but he won the fight. I think, unless we find, even Maia was able, he didn't really take Gilbert down, but he got him down. Like, even when Maia fought Usman, I know they don't count it as a takedown, but he got him down in that first round, I remember. He got really close to getting a takedown on a guy with, it's like, I think he has 100% takedown defense. Never's been taken down in the UFC before, right? He got really close. So, I mean, I think Maia can get this to the ground, and I don't think Belal is smart enough. It's hard to say he's not smart enough, but you have to look at it. He's been fighting a lot of strikers, right? He hasn't fought a lot of grapplers, right? I don't think Belal is smart enough to realize that there's levels to this grappling game and that he's a level below, Maia, right? And I would just say in jiu-jitsu, he's a level below Maia, and I think he would try to engage with Maia. Like, Ben Askren did it, and I thought that was stupid. Obviously, that's why I picked Maia, and Maia's really good at this. He's really good at getting guys to engage with him when they shouldn't, and I think Maia can get this done. I'm predicting I'm going to say second round sub for Maia. I'm going to say second round sub over Belal Muhammad. I just think there's just a certain level of competition that Maia doesn't lose to. And I don't care how many times y'all want me to remember the name Belal, but I ain't going to remember it now because I think he's going to get submitted, y'all. I think he's just not on that level. Nothing against the kid. He seems like a good guy. But, I mean, I think there's just levels to this game. Nothing personal, but I think Maia's going to get this done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter. Also, if you're new, subscribe. Go click the like button, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Y'all, love y'all, and goodbye. UFC 263 Fight Week! We here! We here! Love y'all, and goodbye.